Ongos of Namibia have actually exited this particular tournament to actually wait again for next year to try their luck. So let's appreciate the results of Group A, of how they have actually gone to this particular day, with our commentary to relive the moment.
Well, this is how it happened very early in the opening minutes as Young Buffaloes get a strike onto the goal. Ball coming from the left-hand side, and it was Tinanile drawing first blood. The excitement did not stop there as the opposition also drew saves from a very fantastic goalkeeper in Glinine Dlamini. She was called upon yet again, and another brilliant save to deny Gaborone United. They did not stop there as Glinile was menacing in her goals. Menacing she was, but it only had to get to a particular point, and this was when young Gaborone United actually fluffed another shot. Opening came and provided the killer blow that shared the spoils in this encounter. Gaborone United won and Young Buffaloes won. Goalkeeper, again, Dlamini making those brilliant saves. It was a shot from distance that pulled out almost the best out of Glinine Dlamini to make sure that she keeps the point that has been well earned. Brilliant effort again, and another save, and hence the goalkeeper chosen as the player of the match. It was due to these brilliant saves that were made throughout the tournament. Here is the team that got tongues wagging in Ascent Academy, forcing the occasion and again looking for an opportunity. And the first goal was scored from an unlikely source, and this was the team from Mozambique, Lichinga, asking questions and eventually answered a deflection that was had earlier on that forced the keeper to allow the goal. They were not done yet. A turn and shoot. Goalkeeper closed the angles and made sure that she stole the points fully for Lichinga.
The fans do not want to actually miss of anything. But let's appreciate of how Group A has run all the way up until now. Herentos won in their opener 3-1 against FC Ongos of Namibia. And then it was University of Western Cape going 1-0 against Green Buffaloes. In the second game, it went Green Buffaloes 0, Herentos 1, with University of Western Cape winning their second game 3-0. That's how they have actually gone through. And now in Group B, this is how it has actually gone. Gaborone United played to the only goalless draw we have seen in this tournament against UD Lichinga, and then it was Ascent Academy winning their opener 2-1 against Young Buffaloes. This is how Group A has actually concluded, with University of Western Cape topping up the standing with 6 points. Courtesy of the 3 goals, they have actually dislodged Herentos Queens that have enjoyed the top spot of that particular group, with FC Ongos taking the 3rd position, and Green Buffaloes on goal difference has actually finished 4th with a -1. That's how Group A has actually ended. And now let's look at how Group B is looking like, with UD Lichinga on top with 4 points and a goal to their name. Ascent Academy is on 2nd position. They don't have a goal to their name, scoring 2 goals, conceding 2 goals. They have got 3 points. And then Gaborone United are sitting 3rd with 2 points from the 2 games that they've actually played. Let's now appreciate the fans are here. They do not want to miss any excitement of this particular tournament. They are not only enjoying this tournament, they are also enjoying the view that Impira Stadium brings, because they're actually looking directly to the Sochi mountain. That is one of the beautiful scenes that they are able to see on this particular day, on a beautiful Tuesday. Let's now appreciate what the coaches have had to say. The Group B wrap-up is actually today, starting with Gaborone Young Buffaloes playing Gaborone United, and then after this one we'll have another fixture that will be Gaborone United taking on Ascent Academy, the game that is kicking off at 3. So I've got 2 fixtures to wrap up Group B assignment as far as Group B is concerned, and the 2 places to the semi-finals. It's a D-Day. 2 teams will have to progress to the other round. Young Buffaloes only managing a point this far in this particular tournament, whereas UD Lichinga coming in from a win against Ascent Academy. How are they prepared to finish off their group assignments? Let's appreciate from the coaches. Young Buffaloes, how ready are you for your last group match this afternoon?
We are ready for the game.
How are the girls looking like from your last game that you actually played in a 1-1 draw?
Yeah, they are fine, except for 2 players who are still injured.
You've watched how UD Lichinga has played this far in this tournament. What kind of approach are you using?
Well, we have to come to Lichinga with a different style of play, because at the back they are tall, which means we have to try and do some more combination play.
Your one of the departments that was so outstanding in that particular last game that you played was your goalkeeping. Are you also relying on the same to actually keep you going?
Yeah, if she can be that good again, we will go through.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
UD Lichinga playing your last group matches, topping the group. How are you approaching this one?
O de Lichinga hoje vão realizar o último jogo do grupo. Como é que foi a preparação?
A preparação foi boa, depois de um jogo muito difícil contra o Malawi. Então tínhamos que recuperar a equipe, porque foi correr do primeiro ao último minuto. O Malawi forçou e tínhamos que aguentar. O desgaste foi tanto. Tivemos ontem para recuperarmos e virmos aqui lutarmos pela qualificação. Reparando pelo grupo, tudo está em aberto, então é importante virmos aqui e corrermos os 90 minutos.
Today we have a big and difficult match and decisive. Yesterday we intensified our preparation to be in readiness for today. Our opponent is so strong and has more experience, but in case we are ready. The second match was difficult because Malawi pressed us, but we try to do our best. But today everything is possible.
Your last game you employed long balls. Should we expect the same, or maybe because of the opponent that you were facing on that particular day?
Can you repeat?
The last game that you played against Ascent Academy, you employed a lot of long balls. Should we expect the same approach, or maybe it will depend on how you've watched Young Buffaloes?
Após o jogo contra o Malawi, tivemos várias oportunidades de marcar os golos, também perdemos muitas bolas. Como é que espera hoje?
Hoje esperamos melhorar, com certeza que são aspectos que trabalhamos ontem, que tiramos em relações no jogo contra o Malawi, e eu espero que nesta tarde tenhamos uma União Desportiva de Lichinga diferente e sempre a melhorar.
Today we hope to be different, like last match with Malawi. And yesterday we trained and we do our best today.
All the best.
Obrigado.
Welcome to match day 6. It is game 11, and this is how they line up. We are live from the Chiwembe Stadium, and that is Mpiro Stadium. Well, in Chiwembe, it is Young Buffaloes that are up against UD Lichinga hailing from Mozambique and Young Buffaloes coming from Eswatini. This is royalty and treated as such. We're talking Young Buffaloes that come from the kingdom of Eswatini. If you are to visit that country, please make sure you have Elangeni. And Elangenis, which is equivalent to a 1-to-1 to a South African rand. UD Lichinga from Mozambique, the teams that is making its debut in this tournament, led by the ever-present, that is a captain in Philomena Manuel. Young Buffaloes also led by their captain Tinanile Ngampala, the 26-year-old. She has been a revelation for her side, and so much of hopes are pinned upon the captain of Young Buffaloes to get over the line. They want to do better than they did in the previous years. That is Young Buffaloes. They are as ready as they come. There has been belief. There's definitely a change in style as the coach mentions that they are approaching this game with a different respect. We look at the welfare of the team. Young Buffaloes remain with goalkeeper Qinile Dlamini in goal, and Ayanda Spesihle Ndlovu, not forgetting Eliwe Kambile in the middle of the park, Nomvulo Duva, as well as Tengetile and Zinisa. It is Nondumiso and Sikodza, as well as Gozo, that is in the lineup. They have a very thin bench, but that is due to the injuries sustained by the players in this tournament. Go for the toss, and the captain Tenanile is there together with Philomena, that is the captain of UD Chilinga. After the toss, we just got to say thank you to our officials, Nonjabulo Ndlela of South Africa, Happiness Banda Banda of Malawi, it's Polosa Mampara from Lesotho, and Itumeleng Meticha of Botswana is the fourth official. They get into the huddle, and also we mentioned the teamwork amongst the referees, the understanding amongst the referee, absolutely important. It is that time. It is all systems go, and battle lines are drawn here at the Mpira Stadium. We have a crowd that continues to trickle in. Determination is what is on the field. Dedication is what the coach is expecting, and it is Lichinga lineup. This is how they stand out. Marcelina Duvula, as well as Aaron Muchanga Vasco, Caetano, Manuel, Miguel, Thiago Fernando, and Delicia Asane. A bench also that is pretty strong in Irene Matope, as well as Esija Joao. It is Asalamina Flo Musa, and she is relegated to the bench. An unlikely change that has been made, but the coach says this is the team that is taking them to the next round of the competition. UD Lichinga is the team in the red and white, attacking the goal from the right to the left of your screen, and Young Buffalo in the yellow uniform with the maroon socks attacking the goal from the left to the right. We're waiting on the referee's order as the match will get on the way. It is Esther Banda who is alongside me, a very common surname out here in Malawi, Miss Banda. They call her She Drone to most of her fans, but she's going to be droning on the match in today's encounter. What a wonderful experience it is in the fourth edition of the CAF Champions League qualifiers. Tenanile gets us underway, and immediately a shot that takes away the pressure from the team, puts it in the opposition side. They say that too is a set piece. That too is an invitation to an attack and to make sure that Young Buffaloes are in the opposition half.
Well, we were talking about Young Buffaloes. They lost their first game against Ascent Academy. It seems that they could have underestimated the opponent. A quick goal in the opening 5 minutes were very disruptive to the game plan of the Young Buffaloes.
Well, absolutely disruptive as well. They conceded almost the fastest goal in the tournament, but here they are rectifying it. And in the second game, they really came out all guns blazing and made sure that they played according to their strengths, which is a very physical, direct game. And definitely were on song. They were very close to winning that one, but again, questions been asked of their defense that couldn't withstand the pressure. We're talking about the pressure that came from Gaborone United. The first game is one that we can put behind us as Ascent Academy played against Young Buffaloes with the 12th man. There's a bit of an injury, but good to see the player knocking off that injury and getting back to business. We have had wonderful day and wonderful football being played here. We're talking of 10 games that have been played, this being the 11th game, with 21 goals scored. And today we are at the mercy of the two teams to decide who goes through to the knockout phases. Lichinga is on top of the log with 4 points. They are followed by the home side in Ascent Academy, who have 3 points. This after having 1 win and 1 loss. Gaborone United with 2 points and Young Buffaloes just with a point. A win for Young Buffaloes in today's match will take them to 4 points, equaling that of Lichinga. It will then push this group standing to the next match, and where Gaborone United, if they win, could end up with 5 points. If Ascent Academy win, they end up with 6 points. So it's still so much more to play for.
Indeed, and as you can see, Lichinga side coach has been constant when it comes to his formation. 2 up front, 5 in the midfield, 3 at the back. But what is clear is that the players have the support. They play as a team when they have the ball.
Brilliant, and I think that is very important, that you don't have too many stars. Here is Lichinga. It's a ball coming out to the left-hand side, and very busy is Amelia Vasco. She'll be the live wire. She'll be the danger player, and bringing in across from the left-hand side is Amelia Vasco, bringing that ball in, and available on the touchline or just on the edge of the box is Celia Miguel. Philomena jumps highest, as short as she is. Cinnamon Philomena, the captain of the side, the shortest of them all, giving chase is Virginia Fernando. She was also fantastic in that left back position, combining very well with Patricia and Delicia. They have been very solid defensively. They've kept their positions. They've also kept the spaces in between. And here is Fernando. Running out of room is Lichinga. Tenanile plays it back, and Tenanile is looking for support. It's Spesile on the ball. Tied it up by Amelia Vasco. Jersey number 10, Sheila Mulongane. She's losing out very early in this match as possession is turned over, but does well to recover. She's one of the players that's going to operate in that midfield. Ball in the air. Figile Lamini decides she will hack it up and look for a player that is in an advanced position. Here is Amelia Vasco on the edge of the box, but Futi was also very quick in tracking her down and stopping her in her tracks. The first corner. Amelia Vasco delivers quality, but finds a yellow jersey instead. Susanna Tiago will try and keep it in place. Yes, Tiago is trying to waltz away, but is dispossessed. Fortunately enough, she has the support. It's Ciliana Antonio Muchanga. Fernando was hoping for a run made by Delfina Caetano on the left-hand side of the field. Amelia Vasco also on the right-hand side. The intelligence of the two players who are giving this team width. They go out wide. They're looking for the spaces. They play along the touchline. So this team definitely is one that really looks for the expanse of play.
Well, Talking about work rate effectiveness, on the wide areas, Amelia Vasco is given the team width, and Celia is always available to give the defense a problem, and she will be a problem.
She will definitely be a problem as we have a look at Amelia Vasco. Yet again, she wasn't on the same page. She gave up the run too soon. But this is when you've got to be, as a player, manage yourself. We're talking about knowing when a ball is going to be too strong for you, and you give up the chase pretty early. Group A has been decided. Group A has been finalized in order to know who's going into the next round. And UWC booked their spot, putting through a fantastic display. Talking about a fantastic display, that ball was flighted in delightfully so, but goalkeeper Damula has given chase. She's one of the changes that is made by the coach in this match. Damula. She doesn't have that much of the range, but what will happen is the players around her will definitely be in support to get the ball up as quick as possible. Tinanile does well to turn. Good control. A chance for Young Buffalo! Spilisiwe Ndlovu. She gets on the sword. She says, "Pa, pa, 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 pa. Join me if you like." She's already given herself a name. She's already given herself a name. Remember, AK-47.
AK-47 it is, and you know what it does? It shoots, it aims and it shoots.
Well, fantastic effort by Spilisiwe Ndlovu. It was a good build-up and a great turn by Tenalile and Kampala, showing that she's not selfish at all. When you have a look at this build-up, it was a team effort, a good turn and shoot. And here is Spilisiwe, who spotted the keeper way off a line and just placed it with great composure and finesse. Toe poked, keeper picked the ball from the back of the net. 1-0 is the scoreline, and the celebrations from Young Buffaloes is one to remember. We're shooting the stars. Not only that, we're shooting our way into the knockout stages. Response, Philomena. Keeper comes out. Gate makes a save. She's very big, is keeper Dlamini. She's very big. She won player of the match in the previous encounter, and that was against a firing Gaborone United. Patricia. She's in the center back. Playing with three players at the back is UD Lichinga. They've packed the midfield. You've got the three players, Fernando, Patricia, Asane, and in the midfield you've got Tiago, who is the pivotal player, playing as a defensive player who's just dropped down a little bit. When necessary, they revert to four at the back. Ball out for a throw-in. Miguel and Philomena up front. Scoring early, and Young Buffaloes will be instructed to continue scoring. They made the same mistake in the previous match. They scored the match, they stayed back, they defended for most part of it, and they were eventually punished. Philomena and Susana Tiago, and here's the pace that comes from the wings, hacked away. Young Buffaloes, they need to attack from defense in order to push back a UD Lichinga that is a team that is full of pace and very frantically can play the counter attack. Sheila Mlangwane. It is Notando. Notando leaves the ball and asks Sheila to come in with strong hands. We're hoping for a long drive, but she takes a short one based on the availability of the players. Here's Young Buffaloes. Good circulation of the ball, losing out to Amelia Vasco. Sheila Mulongane. One bounce. This has been a nemesis for most teams that are struggling to deal with the bounce of the ball, but getting it right towards the end of their group matches. They've really had a torrid time. Mostly the goalkeepers, as Futi sends a ball looking for Notando, but instead runs out of room, so that's a throw in. Amelia Vasco playing the 1-2 with Fernando. Patricia. It's asking a little too much, is Patricia of Delicia. Again, Sheila Mulongwane in that midfield is bossing so far. Here's another run over the top. It is Keliwe. Full of running. The conditions are permitting. The weather is nice and cool. There's a bit of an overcast. There's a lovely wind. Let's have a look at that earlier attempt from Young Buffaloes. The ball was dispossessed by Sheila. Did well to see an oncoming Keliwe as Keliwe allowed the ball to bounce. She connected excellently, and that ball continued to rise from the moment it left her foot. In 12 minutes, 1-0 in favor of Young Buffaloes. Lichinga, dispossessed. Delicia Asane, here's another chance. This time, she makes good. This time, she puts play. This time, she gets a goal. Aliwe Kambule. Young Buffaloes are in control. Young Buffaloes are in charge. It is a baptism of fire for Damula. Marcelina Damula. They're being taken to the cleaners in the opening 13 minutes just to confirm the scorer, goal scorer, Keliwe. She makes it a brace. It's the first player to score a brace in the match of this tournament.
Well, she just had to do that because when you look at the structure and size of young, the Young Buffaloes are physically strong, but that's a warning to players because they already have a red card because of being emotional. Lichinga will not back down though, so they will be very aggressive when it comes to attack.
Well, we are expecting them to be aggressive, but it looks like in today's encounter, they are definitely struggling. They haven't responded to the first goal, and one would expect that they respond in the second game. After the first goal, you'd expect a response, but the second goal just definitely just dampering the spirit of Lichinga. So another Chila. The person instrumental for really releasing the ball very quickly, and that just shows how important an early release is. A dominance of Chila Mulangane in the midfield, jersey number 10. She's really been able to boss at midfield and win those balls, the second balls. It has been so far very impressive in the midfield for Young Buffaloes. Tenalile. Defenders just tidying up. They don't want to have anything in the effort. Futi. Who hacks that ball into the stands. That will launch another attack from the defensive third of Young Buffaloes, who this morning put their right foot forward. The experience of Young Buffaloes coming to the fold. They are in this group the only team that had been to the previous editions, this being their third appearance. Lichinga making their first appearance, making their debut together with Ascent Academy, as well as Gaborone United. So definitely the big sisters are leading from the front. Started off with a shaky tournament. losing 1-0, and that was to Ascent. And then they came back into the match with a draw, and so far it is in their favor. 2 goals to the good. Fernando, intercepted by Buffaloes. Spilisile. Delicia. Tenanile. Tenanile finds Teliwe Kambula, the 2-goal heroine so far, trying to pull it back and spotting Tenanile. Didn't come off. Notando. Throw in. Filomena. It's a high ball from Filomena. Away by Sheila Mulongwane. Young Buffaloes winning the ball in the air, and I would have expected that Lichinga will keep the ball on the ground, rotate it, knock it about, as they have done throughout this tournament. A little bit of a different strategy that is certainly backfiring with the changes that the coach made. Tinanile was on the left-hand side, picks her head up. She's looking for the support. Comes in the form of Spilisiwe Ndlovu. Here's Tinanile yet again as Teliwe comes in. First yellow card. Teliwe Kambula gets a yellow card. Teliwe Kambula gets the yellow card. She scored the brace, and spoiling the moment for herself is Teliwe Kambula. A little bit robust. Fernando, Virginia Fernando is on the receiving end, one of the few players that was signed from Costa do Sol, together with Sina Manuel. He looks already dejected, but knowing how technically sound the coach is, he is, as much as he looks disappointed, he definitely believes in his structure.
He believes in the structure because Lichinga are very disciplined. When they have the ball, they run until the final whistle.
Yeah, their work ethic has always been complimentary. And here's another opportunity. Fernando goes down. Offside flag goes up. Happiness. She's from Malawi, is Happiness in Banda Banda. Player holding a chest, and concerns for the bench of young Buffaloes. Good, the number of people that have come in this morning as they are really spoiled to this weekend. That is the Soji Mountains. That is a tourist attraction where there's some miracle prayers that take place out in Soji Mountain. A number of tourists go out there and look for divine intervention. It looks absolutely easy to the eye, and when you navigate on these beautiful mountains, it's definitely giving you the best view of Blantyre. Coming down to the touchline, the warm-up of the players being instructed to get up as the player continues to be in distress. There's concerns. She don't have an issue. Went down to holding her chest. I think so. Players are warming up. They're just getting ready to be included if called upon. You're looking at the bench of young Buffaloes. There's players like Mazwi, Vili Bongeka, as well as Nokolo. Not forgetting Nogutula. And Telemalanga is also another one of those if the coach needs to ask for their support as the player continues to remain on the ground, and the fans look rather worried and coming to the coach to get some words of wisdom to correct the mistakes on the field. They've definitely not started the way one would have loved them to start. That is Ludi Lichinga.
Indeed, they didn't. And I have to personally give credit to their coach for Young Buffaloes for sticking up for the 4-4-3 formation.
Still looking a bit ginger, is been asked to get onto the pitch. That is Celiwe Nkambule. She's doing it all by herself, Celiwe. She's got a brace in this match. She goes in for a ball, header. In actual fact, there's a clash, but down she goes. And was for where the foot in the chest certainly looks like the area that got the knock. And she's been stretched off. I'm sure the coach will want to make sure she comes back. She's given them the outlet in this match. Is Celiwe Nkambule with a yellow card as well. They have a ward full of players, is Young Buffaloes. And it will definitely be a concern should this team progress, having a number of players that are injured.
Well, the changing of personnel also shows the flexibility in the players because they're able to play many positions, which is an added advantage for the team.
It is an added advantage, and it's in situations like this that you want to be able to have players that are versatile, that are able to go into the different areas, even if they are not instructed to do so. You get the captain in Tenanile Kampala being able to direct the traffic on the park. 2-0 is the scoreline. Keeper collects comfortably. If our statistics here in the commentary booth is anything to go by, we've mentioned not a single game that has scored first. The opposition has not been able to turn that around. So every team that has scored first has gone on to win that particular match. So if we pay the juju man or we play and bet around this match, unless LD Lichinga has gone up to the Soji Mountains last night, we would probably say, and comfortably so, that Young Buffaloes will get over the line. Strike, keeper comes out, tame effort as Virginia Fernando given the room and the space to take a strike. Played with so much of confidence. She's just 21 years of age, is Grinile Dlamini, and she's been ever present for Young Buffaloes. And if you've been following the games, you'll know exactly why. She's been phenomenal. She's had safe hands. She's rescued the team on a number of occasions. She frustrated Gaborone United, pulling off a 1-1 draw. And one thought that when the handbags started flying and the makeup and the lipstick came out, Young Buffaloes didn't even know what else to do. He has a chance to get the third goal, but player just losing her footing at a vital moment. Damula, Marcelina. Fernando. There's those diagonal balls. Aminia Vasco gives up the chase, is Celiwe Nkambule, and rightfully slow. She'll slowly get back into this match after being treated on the sidelines. Throw in. Celia Miguel. Want to see a little bit more of Celia Miguel. The tournament has been very grueling for the players, this being their third match. And when you're looking at recovery, you're also looking at the expectation. It's matches of high intensity. So you'd look at it and you'd say there's definitely been a big ask of the players.
And talking about Lichingas, they have noticed a lot of Hollywood passes. You know, they look impressive, but they don't achieve much in this game at the moment.
Yeah, they really are being frustrated by a well-organized young Buffaloes. That is what they can do, and they just need to do it a lot more consistently, as they were in their shells, and it definitely needs a captain just to ignite what they can do. Susanna Thiago is operating in the midfield. Susanna Thiago just getting that ball to bounce on the edge of the box, and look at the beautiful technique that she has. She connects very well. Had she got that on target, it would have been a beautiful goal. We have seen beautiful goals in this tournament. Here's a quick turn by Emilio Vasco. Delfina Caetano. Inside the box, a last touch of young Buffaloes. Definitely showing some defensive cohesion. Coming out of their box and coming out of their shell is young Buffaloes. Ball going out for a throw-in. Throw-in for Lichinga. Caetano. One bounce comfortably into the hands of Trinile. The range of Trinile is very impressive. She gets that ball way over the halfway line, and that is always to activate the attackers. You're looking at Notando Dlamini as well as Tenanile, who's expecting those long balls, and it's made easy by the goalkeeper to cover a lot of ground. Philomena losing out. Strong challenge and strong anticipation as Nomvulo Dzuva, who's pushed up, indicated to be operating as a centre-back in today's encounter. But I think for players, like you rightfully pointed out, Esther, that they have the ability to play in different positions. Duva is realizing that what they do need here is the insurance goal, maybe get a third goal in the first half. It would be the first game that would have 3 goals in the first half if they can score another goal here in the first half. Marcelina Damula. Delfina Caetano. Sila George Miguel, who's had 2 player of the match, has been a shadow of herself in this encounter, but here she is. She definitely is one of those players to look out for. Impact player, influential. Atona Muchanga. Ball comes to young Buffaloes. They're quick to recover the ball as young Buffaloes switching, playing Kambule, taking it to the left-hand side, looking for Mulangane as well as Tenanile. One thing that is also very evident in young Buffaloes is we get to see Kambule coming to the left. When she finds that it's going tough, she goes to the right-hand side, looks for Joy, and if not, tries the middle of the park. We're definitely seeing this team make a number of shifts, and this is the earlier incident in which a little bit of some dangerous play coming from young Buffaloes. Virginia getting a bit of a clip on the ankles. The stretcher comes, and the referee instructing her to go onto the stretcher. She gets a yellow card for not responding to the referee. Virginia, the referee puts the card back into her pocket. She was just talking to the player to say, look, the stretcher came to give you a ride. You decide you don't want to have a ride. Once the stretcher is called onto the park, the players have got to be disciplined and go onto the stretcher, failing which they will get a yellow card. And in that moment, the referee was reminding Virginia Fernando that the stretcher came on, and she looked back. When she saw the referee putting her hand in the pocket, she then walked back to the stretcher.
Well, every game has a rules. Without rules, then it would be a chaos out here.
Well, absolutely. We're talking about chaotic scenes, but you also need to educate the young players. You're looking at UD Lichinga together with Ascent Academy. They are the youngest players in the tournament, so they need to continuously be guided and guided by the referee as well on the park. Lichinga, Amelia Vasco, she's just 18, but what a tournament she's had. Put her hand up for player of the match, but she was beaten to it by Sila George Miguel, the 25-year-old. She's so energetic, she's so frantic, and also tiny, and as they say, dynamites come in small packages. I'm not sure, Esther, if you're one of those dynamites as well.
Well, I am. You can see I'm a small size.
So, okay, Esther's a small size. So there's so much happening as Virginia Fernando whoops that ball over the top. Won back by Young Buffaloes. It is Teliwe. Teliwe to the left-hand side to Sheila Mulongwane. Delphina Caetano makes the space for herself. Is Delphina. Teliwe, Kambure. That ball just deflecting from Delphina Caetano to give a throw in to Young Buffaloes. Referee wants her to take the throw in. Given a second bite at the cherry. Ball intercepted in the halfway line by Lichinga. They need to get their foot in it. Perhaps the coach just having to change the strategy, maybe going into 4 in the middle, 4 at the back, because it's definitely backfiring at Young Buffaloes are bossing that midfield with the players like Tenanile dropping deep. You've got Nondumiso also. Here's an opportunity for Delphina. Bounce of the ball, just taking the ball away from her. Celia. Futi Lamini. Her name Futi means again. And the coach will say, do that again, Futi. Aupinde Futi. Ball on the touchline. Here's Young Buffaloes. It says Pilisil. One thing about the names of the players from Eswatini, they all have a beautiful meaning. They all have a meaning.
You know, Young Buffaloes come from a country where beauty is #1 in the country. So what else? You give birth to your child, you have to give them a beautiful name so they can actually be in the same line.
That's fantastic. The names, at times, they can backfire. They can backfire. Imagine giving your child the name Naughty. You are going to find that child becoming naughty.
Problem child.
Problems.
Matat.
Throw in. Spinisiu. It's another decent ball from Futi. Very hopeful ball. Delphina brings in Virginia Fernando. Fernando goes to a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper has been pressed high. And here's a chance for Tenanile. When one anticipated another shot from Tenanile, decision to play the ball to Nkambule. Wrong choice. Decision making being one of those that was the question marks as Bangele Sikodze. Sikodze. Young Buffaloes lose the ball. They're recovering it very quickly. Here's Fernando. They've got a number of jerseys. One thing that they are also doing very well, Young Buffaloes, is when they are asked to defend, they've got the bodies, they've got the numbers. They're pretty much doing what Lichinga did in the previous matches, where they got a number of bodies in defense, connecting well with the midfield, working in unison. As we have a look at Philomena giving chase, but that ball will be guided out and a throw-in given. However, it's still kept in play. Amelia Vasco whips it in. Keeper supported by Sikonze, and Sikonze just gets a decent header away from the goal. So far, so good. Looking good for Young Buffaloes. Eliwe, she continues to run and gets around Patricia, showing her strength. Patricia Aron. Renile. Here's a chance for Philomena. Takes a shot. And that was close. Effort. It's Sina Manuel Philomena. 31 years of age, quite experienced player. She's part of the senior national team as well. And together with Fernando, not forgetting Delphine. Caetano is also another player that dons the national jersey. Amelia Vasco has been part of the under-20s. Delphine. Philomena beaten to the ball. Beaten to the ball by a Nondumiso Dlamini and a Smangele Sekonze. Just talking to her players, looking rather agitated by the fact that when they need them to drop a little bit more deeper and come back in their numbers, there's not that many that respond to it. I think absolutely cautious is Philomena with a very hopeful ball. And look at the pace of Amelia Vasco. There are individual awards in this tournament. When we come to the end, you get the goalkeeper of the tournament, and that belonged to the
Dlamini in 2022.
2022 was the goalkeeper from Green Buffaloes.
Yes, Green Buffaloes, 2022. And it's just sad that they have actually been eliminated.
Yeah, Aisha.
Yes, Aisha.
Here's another chance. It's Pilisiwe Ndlovu. Aisha won the Golden Glove. And in a year that Green Buffaloes were almost untouchable, beating Mamelodi Sundowns in a penalty shootout after regulation time could not separate the two sides. And it was Aisha's efforts that were instrumental in getting the championship. Celia Miguel. Philomena. In an offside position is Celia Miguel. Flag goes up. Mapara from Lesotho, who is the second assistant Polotza. "39 minutes on the clock." Yes, we've seen the 2 goals, but I think the stop-starts has just dampened the spirit of the players. One thought there's going to be more fireworks, and this will give belief to a young UD Lichinga. A second half will certainly exert the pressure, and remember, 2-0 scoreline, all they need to do is bring one back. We saw a frantic display of a game in which Rentals was fighting their way out to try and get an equalizer against UWC. It was definitely frantic moments in that match. Free kick. Susanna Tiago. The referee says just put the ball in the right spot. And Tiago standing in front of the ball. There's nothing wrong with that, but the referee asking her to move away. Very often, players will camp around the ball to allow the team or their teammates to organize themselves. Very easy, and in the hands of Marcelina. players camp around the ball so that the free kick is not taken quickly when they're not ready. That ball just skidding off the boot of Futi. It's a throw-in. Intercepted by Nomvuladzuva. Another throw-in. Clawing their way closer and closer to the goal mouth. Another throw-in it is. The flag goes up. Tenanile decides she'll be the outlet. There's the high balls that we all want to see. Keeper comes out with a fist. She's flat on the ground. Those are the deceiving balls, and the referee says to her, come on, it's not that bad. And you can see the smile
and she's smiling.
Between the two. The referee was very quick to say, come, let's not waste any time. Let's get on and get back to business. That's that high ball that is problematic. Down she goes. And good smile. Good moment. And she loses her footing. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the challenge. Here's the 1-2. Amelia, as fast as she is, couldn't catch up to that ball. Susanna Thiago. Ball on the edge of the box, Philomena. There's shouts of a handball. Doesn't look like it's seen. KK, please have a look at that moment. There's hands at the teams for a handball. Here's the young Buffaloes on the other end, turning defense into attack, using their counter-attacks. Marcelina Davumba is very quick to release the ball to find Philomena. And Sila Mulongane. Delfina. Fernando. Fernando cuts in. Celia Antonio Muchanga. Here's Muchanga. Here's Vasco on the edge of the box. Beautifully done. It is the Miguel. She's reminding one and all that she won player of the match, and why she's won player of the match. An absolutely influential player, Celia Miguel. Here's Celia Miguel coming from deep. She comes from deep. She connects very well. That ball just skidding off the boot and just rising at a moment when she wanted it just to get into the back of the net. Throw in. Delicia. One bounce. Delfina. Caetano. Patricia. It's getting better in these closing stages of the first half. Fernando. Fernando finds Philomena. Philomena on the ball for Lichinga. Lichinga losing out to two young Buffaloes. Buffaloes give away possession, and it's tied it up as Delphine brings that ball back into the opposition half. It's a throw-in. Amelia Vasco. On the edge of the box is Sina Manuel. Manuel runs out of ideas, but the last touch coming off young Buffaloes. They get a corner.
Yes, Lichinga's ball rotation is impressive. They just need to manage themselves.
I think managing themselves, absolutely. They've come out of their shell, and that's the audacious attempt. It's the second time that we get Susanna Thiago try one of these. Earlier on, you know, there was some appeals that the players had. Have a look at this for handball. This is, she goes up in the air. I think I would have seen, I would have given that if I was the referee, but lucky I'm in the commentator's booth. So we would have been saying penalty to Lichinga. We would have been saying penalty to Lichinga. The intentions was very clear, protecting her face. Another offside, and Lichinga will get to send that ball right back. 2 minutes to be added by referee Njabulo Nonhle. Delicia Asane, Susana Tiago, Selina Antonio Muchanga. It's Amelia Vasco. Long ball from Young Buffaloes. Nondo Miso Dlamini, Teliwa Kambule, and keeper asked to be at full stretch. We've played 1 minute and 18 seconds of the 2 minutes added by the referee. It's a throw in to Buffaloes. It's Pilisiwe Ndlovu. Throw in Futi Dlamini. Sheila Mulanga.
Number 7. Who scored the goal?
And the referee brings an end to the first 45 minutes. 45 minutes in which there was Young Buffaloes turning the tables.
I have to give credit to the coach for Young Buffaloes for sticking up to the 4-3-3 formation, which has been evident in the first and the second game. And if the system of play works for you,
They see and the way they see. It's confirming the scoreline from the Mpira Stadium. It is Young Buffaloes 2 and Lichinga no. Goal scorers again, Lichinga and Susana Dlamini reaching highest to just get an important touch.
With me here is actually Chia with us.
Look, when we started, you probably are aware that women football in our region has been dragging behind for a very, very long time. So when we...
With me here is actually Chia with us. Chia with us.
Look, when we started, you probably are aware that women football in our region has been dragging behind for a very, very long time. So when we started,
The first time in Malawi, how has it been?
Malawi is...
With me here is actually Chia with us. Chia with us.
Look, when we started, you probably are aware that women football in our region has been dragging behind for a very, very long time. So when we started,
The first time in Malawi, how has it been?
Malawi has always been... Well, the one good thing about this year is that we're definitely going to have 2 teams representing the COSAFA region in the CAF championship, and that is great. And looking at the standard of football that the girls are playing, any of the teams that will be qualified COSAFA, we always want to dominate. Let it be, you probably realize how we fared in the recently concluded African Cup of Nations, South Africa playing all the way up to the finals or semi-finals. This is a dream for COSAFA. We want to develop, we want to be number 1 in Africa. We are getting there, we're putting all the plans together. We know we are going to get there, both on women football and on men football.
Thank you so much for talking to us this afternoon.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
That's Mr. Kenneth Shongwede, the chair of competitions for COSAFA and as well as the executive member for COSAFA. That's how it has ended as we go to recess. 2 goals in favor of Young Buffaloes against UD Lichinga of Mozambique. We have got a full second half coming right up. You do not have to change the dial.
second half as Young Buffaloes are in the lead by 2-0 against UD Lichinga. That is a team from Mozambique. If you are just joining us, the 2 goals that have come in were pretty early as the 8th minute and the 21st minute. It is UD Lichinga in the red from Mozambique. That's attacking goal from the left to the right of your screen. Young Buffaloes, who drew first blood, want to make sure that they start with the right foot in the second half, as Philomena has been given so much of a tongue lashing by the coach, and she's come out. She wants to lead from the front. She is the captain, Philomena, and Vasco, who's been operating on the right-hand side. A totally different ball game from Lichinga in this particular match. The wind has also made things rather difficult. Ball in the air. Thiago for Lichinga. On the halfway line, the ball just bubbling. The Young Buffaloes winning the ball back and winning it back very, very quickly. Fernando. On the edge of the box is Philomena, intercepted. This time Sheila Mulangane. She'll allow that ball to just roll away for a throw-in. Forced outside is Delfina Caetano, who's had a bit of a silent first 45. Lichinga losing out. Here's Teliwe, who's got a goal. Ball in the middle of the park. Her first touch takes it away from her, but she continues to run, and very good defending. Virginia Fernando's got some good pace on her. Young Buffaloes. The coach giving them instructions to stay up in the opposition half, and a foul throw. There's a strong wind blowing south easterly. Lots of expectation from Lichinga here in the second half. Philomena trying to waltz away, not giving her much room. The homework has been done as Eliwe Kambule does well to dispossess Philomena. Kambule. Sheila Mulangane. Patricia. Giving chase. Lichinga definitely coming with the early intentions of trying to get the early goal. Dlamini is looking for the players to make the movements to be easily available so that she could send that ball in search of a third goal. Here is Teliwe, who decides to take the game by the scruff of its head. Teliwe playing the ball to release Spilisiwe. Spilisiwe finding a teammate, and Sheila, he has a chance, and the captain is beaten to the ball by the goalkeeper. That is Marcelina.
I have noticed in the second half that Lichinga defends in numbers, closing down on the Young Buffaloes, not giving them space to penetrate on their goal.
Well, they've definitely have to change that tactic, closing down Young Buffaloes. They gave them too much of room. They also gave them the respect, too much respect if you ask. They paid the price, finding themselves trailing by 2 goals. It's another long ball on the edge of the box. Spelisile, she'll play it back for an oncoming Nomvuyo. Here's Young Buffaloes pickpocketed at the right moment. Philomena on the ball for you, Lichinga. Lichinga to the left-hand side in search of Vasco, but very quick intercepted as Delicia also does well to keep it in play. Delicia on the ball. It's a free kick. A yellow card. A yellow card. This is so uncharacteristic of Lichinga. The second yellow card. Susanna Tiago getting a yellow card.
They're under pressure. When you're under pressure, it's easy to make mistakes.
Making mistakes is also part of learning. And, I think it's just handling, how to handle the pressure, that is. Susanna Tiago getting into the referee's book for a foul. 50 minutes on the clock. It's still Young Buffaloes. As one of the goal scorers for Young Buffaloes. She too tries another attempt. Young Buffaloes intentional here in the second half and will want to make sure that they take this game further and further away. A yellow card for a strong challenge, and Celia Mulangane is another one, and this is very much exactly what you were saying, Esther. We spoke about the robust nature.
Indeed, you know, if you look at the Young Buffaloes, they are very physical and very strong. So if they're playing with emotions, they already have the red card.
Oh, that's the physical challenges you're talking about. Yes, they're the team that carries a red card in this tournament.
Yes, yes.
Amelia Vasco, who is still receiving treatment on the sideline. She really took a hard fall, is Amelia Vasco. Fernando takes the free kick. Virginia. The referee, Nonjabulo, is not happy, not at all, with what is happening in that goal mouth, and she's lashing out at the players. She's lashing out at the players. Susanna has been in the thick. She's already on a yellow card, and she just needs to sort out her discipline. Fernando. One bounce into the hands of Qinile, but she loses out. Qinile, a very rare error made. But look at the explosiveness. They want to take that corner very quick, but very alert as well is Dlamini. Header away as far as Philomena, but Philomena straight into an offside position. Bundled off the ball from behind, and that just is inviting unnecessary trouble for Young Buffaloes, tackling from behind or just pushing the player from behind. And the referee says, I'm in charge. I've blown for a foul. I don't want to have any of that. And the player nicely obliging, and they know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly. If they know, if they don't follow instructions, another red card can be given. So they have to play according to the rules.
Another red card is looming. Dlamini. Susanna was on a yellow card. Yes, Susanna of Lichinga. She's got 5 players to aim for in the box. On the edge of the penalty area is Delphina. Susanna, if she spots the availability of Delphine, and very quickly also spotting the danger is Nortando, just making sure she goes and she stands alongside Delfina. Ball directly to the goal and didn't curl quick enough. The intention was to try and get her to curl and hook the back of the net on the right-hand side of the goalkeeper. It's a goal kick to Young Buffaloes. As you can see, the wind just pushing that ball further back instead. Fernando wins it back for Lichinga. Spirisil. Lamini. Over the top. And very comfortable is Patricia. She can use a goalkeeper who's not troubled, but instead goes to the left-hand side and looks for Caetano. Caetano does well to turn. Again, looking for the space to see if she can release the ball. Instead, she gives away possession. Eliwe. There's a run being made, but well intercepted. Being stop-start. Here's another chase. This time it's Spilisiwe Ndlovu. She'll give it up very quickly. Bit of overcast conditions today. Chewe. Delfina. Good control. Emilio Vasco. Emilio finds Susana. Delfino also gets the return ball. Delphine looking for the ever-present Miguel. Miguel playing the ball backwards to Delphine. Here's a beautiful piece of play from Lichinga. This is what a Lichinga side is that we've known in the tournament thus far. They were definitely in the shell in the first 45 minutes. Looking a lot better now.
A lot better, but on the goalkeeper, we're looking at Glinile, who was the player of the match against Gaborone. That tells you a lot that she had a brilliant game and she saved a lot of balls.
She did make some brilliant saves. She continues to be integral. She continues to be the catalyst to the progression of Young Buffaloes. Talking about the progression of Young Buffaloes. Yes, Pilisiwe, she's in acres of space, but that ball doesn't find the intended recipient. Notando Lamini. Notando loses out, and she loses out to Susana. That ball trickles all the way to Glinile. Fernando finds Filomena. Filomena needs to go to a left-hand side. The wrong decision. Available was a player to the left and to the right. Fernando does well. And looking in the midfield, Susana's available. Susana brings in Delicia. Delicia goes to the left-hand side. Delicia showing some fancy footwork. Coming back to the wings. Here is Vasco. Here's Amelia Vasco. Throw in for Young Buffaloes. She's really been instrumental in the fighting spirit. And, losing out is Miguel. Closing from the front, I think a very, very good idea. Matilda was one of the changes coach made.
Yes, and she is bringing pace and a spirit of calmness in the middle and also on the left side.
She's brought some calmness, and that is what you need, a little bit of composure now and then. It doesn't have to be busy-like, it doesn't have to be frantic. There's some players who have the ability to just change the tempo of the match, and she's done exactly that. Filomena! And that's a tame effort from Filomena. In times when she should pass the ball, she takes a strike. In times when she's supposed to take the strike, she passes the ball. Filomena definitely has lost pace over the years. There's another opportunity for Filomena. Keeper comes out. Vasco. Amelia Vasco. Amelia Vasco, who's really been a dynamite for Lichinga. She's receiving the ball right now is Amelia Vasco, and certainly becoming a fan favorite. Lichinga. Comfortably into the hands of the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper is very awake and she knows what she's doing in that area. She has support of the defense, so she's well communicated with them.
Ball in the air, some pushing, referee allowing play to continue as Matilda needs to connect. Here is our young Amelia Vasco. It's just 18 years of age, and isn't she a live wire? I'll share a secret with you. Someone in our OB van simply loves this player, so she's gained another fan. She's gained another fan. She's going to be Malawian when she's done with the tournament. They say she's probably going to get citizenship if he has his way. A match reaching the 1 hour mark. As Lichinga, another yellow card. This one goes to Young Buffaloes. A yellow card for Notando Dlamini. One thing that Young Buffaloes will not get in this tournament is the Fair Play Award. They've really accumulated a number of, look at that, she goes in with her studs showing, and the referee is correct in giving her a yellow card. It's a free kick to Lichinga. You get 2 points for a red card, you get 1 point for a yellow card in each and every match. Even if you get 3 yellow cards, you just get 1 point. So we can already scratch out Young Buffaloes from the Fair Play Award. Lichinga. Ball floated in the box. Keeper makes a hash of it. And that was a moment that's gone begging. Glenile not holding on to that attempt. There's belief. Susanna Matilda who's come on. But it is Miguel, Celia Miguel. The ball won in the air by Delfina Caetano. Throw in Sheila Mulangani. It is another effort by Young Buffaloes. So far it's been a Lichinga side that is piling the pressure and going into the opposition half more often than they did in the first half. Young Buffaloes will keep the ball in play. You know, the commentators curse. You just say that and the ball goes out of touch. And disappointing. Header away. Safety first being applied. And but Delisile does well. Espilisiwe. She holds her head, Espilisiwe. As long as it's not load shedding, that's pretty much okay. Spilisile. Just hopeful ball, spotting the keeper off a line. Tenanile in Kampala. Fernando. Here's Young Buffaloes. Here's Teliwen Kambure. Keeper comes out. Giving chases Futi. But the race is on as Celia Miguel is looking rather menacing. Celia Miguel. Dlamini. So Cinile Dlamini. It's another long ball from Dlamini in search of Tenanile. Foot up. Referee sees nothing wrong with the Celiwe. She's got a goal to her name, Miss Celiwe, but it's Lichinga this time that's really camping. The ball going over the top. Fernando tidying up. One bounce, keeper comes out. Marcelina. Philomena clashing with Kambule. As the referee talking to Kambule.
Lichinga has picked up the pace, and that should concern young Buffaloes as well, especially on their defense.
As the play continues, it's a throw-in for Lichinga. The crowd is getting ready for the later match. They've slowly trickled in. They slowly have booked their spots. It's like going to a movie where you say, buy your ticket, pick your spot, and make sure that you get ready. Get the popcorns ready, get all the snacks ready. And if you look at the stands, they slowly are filling up.
Especially when the home team is playing. They need all the support they can get.
Yep. Throw in for young Buffaloes. Certainly finishing their group matches rather strongly. If the scoreline remains as is with 2 goals to the good, they will end up with 4 points. Lichinga, who currently have 4 points, we're talking about 4 points that they achieved by playing a 0-0 draw with Gaborone United. They won 1-0 in a game that got everyone in a knot, including my colleagues who are from Blantyre. They couldn't believe that Ascent Academy were beaten by Lichinga up until today. And I can assure you, it's got something to do with Soji Mountain. It's got something to do with that mountain. They say, if the mountain doesn't come to you, you go to the mountain. That's the mountain, the beautiful tourist place, Soji. And behind that is also a beautiful area where some of our friends reside. That's been a great tourist attraction. Confirmation of the change. Delphina has given way. Delphina has given way. And her place is taken by number 15 of Lichinga. That is number 15, Joao. That's another common surname in Mozambique, Joao.
It was almost lights out for Gloria here. The ball just hit right behind her back. It was almost lights out for the commentator. But likely she's okay. Gloria is fine. The ball missed her, but it almost hit her face. It was going to be lights out for the commentator.
We talk of load shedding on the field. It would have been load shedding right here in the commentary booth. But not to worry, we've got Tandara alongside us as well, a local who is an aspiring commentator. And definitely one of those to listen to as the match progresses, and later on she will be joining me. That is Tandara.
And she is a professional. She knows the game. She's good at it. And she'll be here commentating for Ascent Academy later in the afternoon. Tandara.
Ball rolling all the way to the goalkeeper. Goal kick. Damura. Kambura. Ball bobbling in the middle of the park for Lichinga. It is Young Buffaloes. Ball bounces. Eliwe Kambure was on the ball. Tenanile leaves it for a teammate, a toe poke. Tenanile. Goalkeeper just takes her time. There's definitely no urgency. Delicia Sane sends that ball, wins one back by Young Buffaloes. Ball over the top and in an offside position. The flag goes up very, very quickly and hacked away. Almost looks like Lichinga are going through the motions. Lichinga are going through the motions. The ball is in the air. Susanna Tiago, one bounce into the box. Keeper comes out. Trinile. Have a few fans is Trinile. She's made sure she's won a few fans just to give her the motivation that she needs.
And you can see her smile on her face, that every time she sees the ball coming, she's smiling like, I got it.
It's a throw-in as Lichinga will go all the way back, and the referee wants Joao to take the ball in the right place. It's a throw-in, again making inroads, going further and further into the right positions. Giving chase. Susanna Tiago was on the yellow card. Didn't want to keep that ball in play. It's a ball coming from the left-hand side. She can't cross it if you want, Virginia. But you're looking at some tenacious defending. Ball bobbling there in the box. And an offside. The flag goes up. The referee is quick to respond. Nonche has the flag. Assistant referee Happiness Banda has been spot on for a number of decisions that have been made. The right-hand side of the field, the referee takes the one half, the one referee takes the other half, one on the left-hand side and one on the right-hand side. Hospital pass, and that's the reason why you find a Sheila on the ground. That was a hospital pass. He needed a little bit of effort. The referee just quickly checking, putting a hand on the shoulders of the player. Samini. One bounce. Tinanile comes in, puts a foot in. The keeper, who made a hash of it, she stayed down. Tinanile stayed down. But, good to see the goalkeeper up on her feet. That's Marcelina Damula. Tenanile, who's got 2 goals in this tournament. She's on the list of the top goal scorers, and she still has an opportunity to add on to it. player being stretched off, Tenanile, and the fans love her. She's definitely a key player.
Key player. Also, she's a captain. You know, when you're a captain inside the match, you have to lead. You have to lead by example. So she's done a great job so far until this game today.
She's done well. Even in this game, she's definitely put in a shift. When you want her defensively, she's here. When you want her in the midfield, she's there. When you want her up in attack, which is the most comfortable position, very offensive-minded, is Tenanile. She's definitely got the right armband, and that ball just bouncing. Keeper makes a hash of it. That ball going into the net. Do we get a player to just tap that ball? Some careless defending by Young Buffaloes.
Sleeping defending, lack of communication. It would have costed them a lot.
It would have cost them quite a bit, as the keeper came out and made a hash of it. That ball is just hacked into the air. Making it another nervous 15 minutes that is left, including referee's optional time. Amelia Vasco. Ball, Fernando whipping it into the box, and another offside. This time Matilda is the player adjudged to be offside. Matilda. As we have a look at what happened earlier, that ball bouncing and really trying to get that ball in the back of the net. Susanna Tiago was, all she needed was a player to come into the box. This is what we've been highlighting, that with Lichinga, they're not getting the numbers quick enough. Talking about numbers, on the other end, it's a rushed shot by Teliwe Kambule. All she needed to do is be a little bit more composed.
Compose, come under pressure, and see where she could have struck that ball, and which was straight on the ball.
Here's Fernando. Quick 1-2 with Vasco. Header away by Young Buffaloes. There's a buzz about Lichinga. There's a buzz about Lichinga. Susanna. A flight of the ball, compromise. Keeper. A bit of a scary moment. Estinile. Paul out to the left as Pilisile. Susanna. Has really been a stop-start in this match, as Sheila Ulangane is coming to this match and surprised many. Surprised many with good balls and peeling away from the defense is Tenanile. It's another long ball. Here's the pace of Miguel. Here's the pace of Miguel. The referee doesn't like the challenge. Miguel is overdoing it, trying to get around the defender. Smangele. Pilisile Ndlovu is on the left. Away by Susanna. It's in the air and looking for the defenders. One's got to compliment a very hard-working Pilisile throughout this match. It's been there's another yellow card and hands thrown out. The lipstick is coming out of the handbag. Delicia Asane showing the referee a little bit of dissent. It's another bit of dissent. She walks away from the referee. Delicia Asane, disappointed. This is a team that showed a lot of commitment and a lot of respect. But I guess this is what pain does. Here's Lichinga. Pickpocketed is Lichinga. Vasco has continued to work hard. Here's Philomena peeling away from the defense, but Kambule gives chase. As Philomena trying to get around the defender. Player falling just below the camera, and there's a bit of cement in that area. One would hope that she doesn't get too injured.
Especially too injured to her head, and she had to take one for the team. You know, if she'd have just let that striker to have her way on with the ball, we could have been seeing a goal for Lichinga.
How does a defender allow an attacker time on the ball? As a defender, you cannot allow an attacker the time on the ball because that will be detrimental to the team. What you could have done is just allow the ball to trickle over the line and allow a goal kick. Coach would have been livid with the defender. Good effort, Tinanile. Kambule, shot! Keeper makes a save. Brilliant effort. It's Joao, one of the changes made by the coach. This is the team we've become accustomed to in this tournament. Ball in, keeper is asked questions, and she comes out tops. 2-0, the scoreline remains. Marcelina. Intercepted. Here's Tenile. Sheila. Here's Philomena giving chase. Philomena, she has Vasco. But safety first by Nomvula Duva. Ball is anywhere will do for Young Buffaloes. They've really been stifled here in the second half. Lichinga seeing a lot more of the ball. Philomena closed down. That ball will go for a goal kick. Precious seconds are ticking away as Philomena just holds a tummy where she took a bit of the deflection of the ball. Ball in the air. Vasco. She hasn't stopped running is Amelia Vasco. Ball inside the box by Amelia Vasco. She's finding the space, she's finding the width. Finding the width.
The work rate is very effective on the wide area with Amelia Vasco. When she's given time and space, she takes the team with together with Celia, who is also available to give away the defense a problem in there.
Yeah, she has. Definitely Celia's work rate has come in, and so has Vasco, who's been ever present, trying to play the 1-2 on the edge of the box. But again, you're getting Delicia, who loses out as that ball is just ricocheting off a defense that has now decided to camp on the touchline. Lichinga. Throw in for Lichinga. 5 minutes to go to the 90. Looks like we'll have to wait for the last game in this group to know exactly who goes into the knockout phases. Lichinga will be with 4 points. Should the result remain as is, Young Buffaloes will also have 4 points. 1 bounce. Ndlovu looking for the support play. Does find it, but Nondumiso loses out. Look at the pace, look at the fight of Matilda. Philomena to take the throw in. There's an urgency about Lichinga, but they have an enemy. An enemy is time. The introduction of Matilda made a difference. On the blind side, nicely spotted, is Spulisiwe. She can play it to Tenanile. It's a tame shot. It's a tame shot that finds the back of the net. An embarrassing moment for Marcelina, but they count. They count. And the AK-47s are out. Absolutely dejected is Marcelina Damula. She needs to pick her head up, is Marcelina. She was the change. She was the change. Marcelina Demula coming on for Philo Musa. That is, it was a simple catch actually. Tameless effort. And she took her eye off the ball. Spilisiwa says thank you very much. Look at that ball, very tame, through the legs. And well, that is a horror for any goalkeeper. It's a goalkeeping nightmare as Spilisiwa takes the AK-47 and shooting their way into 3 points. That definitely takes the game away from Lichinga. They confirm the scoreline is 3 in favor of Young Buffaloes, 0 UD Lichinga. A brace for Ndlovu on the day. First player to score a brace in this match.
Well, she couldn't have finished the tournament without at least registering. You know how it's very important for players also to do well.
There's another effort, but this time the goalkeeper redeems herself. But it's also the offside flag that is lifted up very, very quickly to stop the play. Lichinga, Matilda, keeper comes out, collects rather comfortably. Clean sheet appears to be for Dinile Thamini. Young Buffaloes now have scored 5 goals in this group. They will be the leading goal scorers in the group with 5. As the ball from Philomena, Danile collects and smothers that ball, gets into the pocket. Young Buffaloes, they're not done yet. They want to get more goals. It could go all the way to head-to-head, is looked at first. Then they will go to goals against. They also look at the discipline record. Ball in the air. Footy. Yes, 3 minutes to be added to the 90. UD Lichinga were taken to the cleaners today. Amelia Vasco still rotating and circulating the ball, still supplying the players in the offensive areas. Patricia. Here's Philomena. There's another offside. There's been a number of offsides with 90 minutes on the clock. Young Buffaloes 3, Lichinga no. On the opposite end is Young Buffaloes wanting to end this game very, very strongly. Frustration, the heads are down, they're fighting against one another or quite angry with each other. This is when you need the team to pull together. They all in a huddle, 14-15, standing to protect the goalkeeper. It's a free kick. Patricia was a couple of yellow cards in this team today, playing with a lot of emotion. Ball directly to the keeper and helped in. This is the fourth one. Another goal. Spesihle gets a goal. This is the first hat-trick of the tournament. The first hat-trick of the tournament. Pinisile Ndlovu scoring the third goal in this match, making it 4. She's absolutely emotional.
The last time we had a hat-trick and a beautiful one like that, it was in 2022 from Irene Lungu from Green Buffaloes. And that was the same year that Green Buffaloes took the championship. So I was looking forward to a hat-trick, personally, Gloria, and seeing one and coming from Young Buffaloes, it is very impressive.
Absolutely impressive. The persistence has paid off. The belief has paid off. When you look at the coach, that is Fiziwe Hlophe, she's absolutely jubilated by the fact the entire bench coming to celebrate with Spesihle Ndlovu. The coach really plotting this one to the letter and making sure that there's no comeback for UD Lichinga. When they talk about separating girls from the ladies, this is exactly the moment. The experience coming to the rescue. They came into this match on a limp and a prayer, and they've managed to put an end to the doubt that they had in themselves and restored belief. As far as I know, when you score a hat-trick, you take the match ball with you. It will be interesting to see if she's given the match ball, and there's a goalkeeper who's called upon in the dying minutes. She also, on the other hand, wants to keep a clean sheet.
She deserved that ball. She deserved to take it home. That was a beautiful hat trick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's worked hard for it. And indeed, I'm sure you're looking at Nonjabulo Nonhle, who will have to hand that ball over to Spesihle Ndlovu. On the far side, Fernando has not stopped running. Delicia Sane has not stopped running. They've been fighting for the possession throughout the match. And eventually, Nonhle Ndlela brings an end to this match. Is actually a very emotional, and rightfully so, Spesihle Ndlovu. It was a one-man show, and her reaction is that just remember this name, Nobuhle Pinisile Ndlovu. Fantastic day at the office for Young Buffaloes. They've come out all guns blazing, surprised UD Lichinga of Mozambique. 4 points is what has been the number in Group B. 3 points for Young Buffaloes in this match, plus the draw takes them to tied in the group with UD Lichinga. It pushes us to the last game of the match, and if Ascent Academy is forced into a draw, that will also be 4 points. pushing this group wide open. We confirm the scoreline. Young Buffaloes 4 and UD Lichinga no. The highlights, it was Teliwe who got us underway, and very early morning, Philomena, who was testing the goalkeeper from the get-go. This is one of the highest goal-scoring matches in the tournament thus far, as Grinile Tamini, the player who was made to sweat very hard and very early. Susanna Tiago was very close in the opening minutes for Lichinga, but the show began, and a one-man show. Before the show began, you're looking at a goalkeeper that was called upon from a beautiful diagonal ball coming from the left-hand side, and this is when it all started, especially with Ndlovu. A very, very easy goal that embarrassed the goalkeeper, giving her surety that she is the one that takes out the AK-47 and starts shooting away in hope and prayer that they get over the line. Another goal, taking it away from the goalkeeper, rebounding. She was there pouncing onto that ball, is Pilisile Ndlovu, and that being the second goal for her. She was not done yet, Ndlovu. We go down to the touchline and have a look at the players that are in a huddle. But let's go to the presentation. In every match, there is a woman of the match, and Mokere will give us exactly the player who is deserving.
Congratulations, you have been outstanding in a very good performance for your team as Young Buffaloes. How exciting is it?
Siyabongela kakhulu umsebenzi lomuhle lowendile for Young Buffaloes. Jabule kanganani?
Ngijabule kakhulu coach, ngithanda ngiqala ngicela ukubonga nje bo coach lethuba lebanginiketela lona ukuthi nami ngize ngithole award lena. Ngibonge nasekhaya eSwatini support lebasupport yona, ngiyabonga, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks to the coaches, thanks to everyone who supported me for this achievement. We are very much grateful for Eswatini for the support they've given to us. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. That is the player of the match there from Young Buffaloes, saying how excited she has been to be very much outstanding in this particular match, where they've managed to actually pull up a surprise of 4 goals to naught. Now we've got a coach for UD Lichinga. A tough luck, coach. You've lost in a very huge margin in your first loss of this particular match. Your assessment of your performance?
Como é que avalias a sua performance após esta derrota?
Primeiro, parabenizar a equipa do Swatini pela vitória. Indo concretamente ao jogo, eu acho que daquilo que acabamos preparando para o jogo, a equipa acabou não interpretando, acabou não saindo, e acabou sendo uma tarde que eu posso dizer não praticamente as nossas melhores unidades não apareceram durante os 90 minutos. A equipa de Lichinga não se encontrou dentro do campo. Quando é assim, é complicado. É só dar parabéns ao Swatini.
The first, congratulations, Young Buffaloes. Was a good match. What was supposed to do? You, the Lichinga, we can't. And have more things happens. We don't know what, but congratulations.
Tough luck and all the best. That's a coach for you, Lichinga there, conceding defeat, and actually congratulating Young Buffaloes for a wonderful performance, saying they deserved to actually get the goals as well as the points that they have actually managed to get. With us now is the winning coach of Young Buffaloes. You must be an exciting coach this afternoon with such a performance.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy.
What was the secret of that outstanding performance so far in these group matches?
Just tell the players that we need this game. We've been in this tournament for the 3rd time now, and we didn't win any game, so they have to go and fight for the nation.
What does this result mean to Young Buffaloes?
It's good for us going forward. They will boost the confidence, so we have to go and prepare. And they must not be overexcited because there's still a lot of work to do.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
That's coach for Young Buffaloes. They're saying this will just be a result that they will actually work on and move forward with it as they look forward to actually continue with the journey that they have had. So this is how it is gone in Group B. Young Buffaloes winning that one with 4 goals to 0 to actually change of how Group A is looking like. After this one, we've got another one coming at 3 o'clock, and that's none other than Gaborone United taking on Ascent Academy. We'll be back at exactly 3 to give you what a wrap of Group B will actually be like on this particular Tuesday afternoon. My name is Mwakele Kaliande, so see you at 3 o'clock.